Toch, koe,
Rochstach.
Chai, jura.
Kuwach.
wat mag er? Cha je roos.
Showe, yichu, ha.
Bejech betwch, vaj bechech. Klingon mach.
Until recently, members of the Federation did not know much about the Klingon language beyond how it was used during battles. After all, it was not all that long ago that hostilities between the Klingon Empire and the United Federation of Planets ceased. Although you would think that an interchange of ideas, culture, and traditions would have started right away, Terrans in particular were at first a little reluctant to visit Klingon planets. But as news spread about the stunning natural settings and truly fascinating customs, tourism and trade have begun to boom. The Klingon Empire has become such an important player in intergalactic commerce that Klingon will soon fulfill the language requirement at a number of Federation universities. Although linguists have been studying Klingon for some time, no one has prepared a course specifically for tourists planning a visit to the Klingon Empire. This tape should begin to fill that void. By listening and repeating the Klingon phrases you hear, you will quickly learn what you need to know to get by on any visit to the Empire. Correct pronunciation of the words, elementary grammar, and some useful expressions. Also, since language is the key to any culture, you will begin to become familiar with the richness of Klingon traditions and beliefs. This course is a practical one. You will be exposed to everyday Klingon words and phrases that travelers find most useful. This is only an introduction, but if you apply yourself, you will be well prepared for many adventures. As you practice speaking, remember, speak Klingon boldly. Do not be meek or hesitant. This could be interpreted as a sign of weakness, a less than admirable trait among Klingons. Also, some of the sounds are difficult to tell apart if you do not speak up. A final word of warning. Expectoration, or spitting, is a common side effect of speaking Klingon. Until you are used to it, keep a napkin or handkerchief nearby. Now, are you ready to study Klingon?
Klingon hol da hadrup a.
Good.
Maj.
Pay attention and concentrate.
Ye kim, ye bush.
Success.
Khatla.
Let us start with pronunciation. Most Klingon sounds will be easy for you to say. They do not differ much from Federation standard. On the other hand, a few are a little tricky. To learn these sounds, we will study some offensive Klingon words. Keep in mind that Klingon cursing is considered a fine art, a highly prized verbal skill. Those who have gained a mastery of this segment of Klingon vocabulary are greatly admired. At this point, do not concern yourself with the exact translations of these words. If you spend time with Klingons, you will hear them often enough, and context will make the meanings quite clear. For now, just concentrate on pronouncing them correctly.
Okay, here's our first word. This is something you might hear someone say in moments of extreme anger. Khutvat. Be concerned if you hear it, but say it correctly if you say it. The word begins with the common Klingon sound To make this sound, put the back of your tongue as far back into your mouth as you can. Then force the air up harshly as if you're trying to dislodge a piece of food. Listen. Now say it along with me. And now listen to the word again. Khutvat. Did you hear the sounds cut off abruptly in the middle of the word? The correct pronunciation is khutvat, not khovat. This abrupt cutoff is a very common feature of Klingon. You'll hear it a lot. Now here's the word one more time. Listen particularly to the last sound in the word. Khutvat. To make this sound, say a T and at the same time whisper, loudly, but still just whisper, an L. Listen. Now try it along with me. Do you feel the sides of your tongue going down as you say the sound? You should. Now you're ready to say the full word. Repeat it after you hear it the second time. Kutvat. Kutvat. This next word is something one Klingon would call another if they weren't on the best of terms. Todshach. The sound at the end of the first syllable of this word, tod, is d. To make this sound, point the tip of your tongue directly upward and touch the hard part of the roof of your mouth, and then do the same thing you would do to make a D sound. Do it along with me. D. 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 Now listen to the word again, focusing on the second syllable. Todshach. The sound at the beginning of the second syllable, shach, is sh. It's not quite either the S or the SH sounds you're familiar with. For the Klingon sh, put your tongue in the same place you did to make the dr sound. Now say it with me. Sh, sh, sh. Here's the word one more time. Listen to the very end. Todshach. The last sound in the word is ch. This is the same as the sound at the end of the name of the ancient Terran composer, Bach. You make it the same way you'd make a K sound, but force air out of your mouth at the same time. Say it along with me. Now you can say the whole word. Repeat it after you hear it the second time. Todshach. Todshach. Here's another word with strong force. A Klingon might say it after receiving an unsettling communique. It's a lot stronger than the Terran, darn it. Hui cha. The first sound of the word is r. It's the same as the last sound of todshach, but hum while you say it. Say it with me. R, r, r. This word also has that abrupt cutoff of sound that you heard in kutvat, but it has it at the end as well. Listen. Hui cha. The correct pronunciation of this word is hui cha, not hui cha. Sometimes the abrupt cutting off of a sound is the only way to distinguish one word from another. Listen to these two words. Ti, tit. The first word means vegetation. The second means to repair. Listen again. Ti, tit. Hear the difference? Now you try it. Repeat after me. Ti, tit. Good. Now you can say the Klingon curse. Once again, repeat it after you hear it the second time. Hui cha. Hui cha. If you call someone this next word, stand back. This is a classic insult. Tachkek. There's a new sound at both the beginning and end of the second syllable, kek. Be careful. This is not the Federation standard K sound. You make it like a K, but as you did for k, shove the back of your tongue as far back into your mouth as you can. Listen. K, k, k. Now say it along with me. K, k, k. Now repeat the whole word after you hear it the second time. Tachkek. Tachkek.
Good.
Maj.
Now you have learned to pronounce the difficult Klingon sounds, and you have also been introduced to the highly regarded custom of Klingon cursing. You probably need a rest. This might be a good time to replenish your napkin supply. Let us take a short break.
Lenchom. Maj.
Now you are ready for higher mathematics. You are also ready to tell time. Klingons have adopted the way most civilized planets in the galaxy tell time. They have 24-hour days. 0 hours means midnight. 1200 hours means noon. 1900 hours means 7 p.m., and so on. Klingons pride themselves on punctuality, so it is important to be precise when referring to time. Though Klingons are sometimes inaccurate, they are never approximate.
The word for hour in Klingon is rep. 600 hours, or 6 o'clock in the morning, is 6, jav, plus 100, vat, plus rep. Altogether, it's javat rep. Now you repeat these time expressions after you hear each one the second time. Noon, or 1200 hours. Chapmach wat vat rep. Chapmach wat vat rep. Midnight, or 0 hours. Pag rep. Pag rep. 7 p.m., or 1900 hours. Wat ma goed wat rep. Wat ma goed wat rep.
Although Klingons tell time the way most of the rest of the galaxy does, the Klingon day really goes from dawn to dawn rather than from midnight to midnight. You might think this could cause some confusion, but it is really comparable to when a Terran says something like Thursday night at 3 o'clock in the morning. Bearing that in mind, here are the words for yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Yesterday. Wa hu. Wa hu. Yesterday I was hungry. Wa hu jerung. Wa hu jerung. Today. Dag judge. Dag judge. Today I am thirsty. Dag judge geoj. Dag judge geoj. Tomorrow. Wat lesh. Wat lesh. Tomorrow I'll be tired. Wat lesh jedoit. Wat lesh jedoit.
Well done.
Majka.
Now, for a moment, you should relax.
Yelesh.
Back to work.
Yevumka.
When visiting a Klingon planet, the first thing you will want to do, once you have finished answering the guard's questions, is rent a room. No matter where you stay, the accommodations will be stark compared to what you are used to. Klingons are predisposed to rejecting anything whose sole function is physical comfort. They will, however, make some concessions for visitors. For example, your room will almost certainly be equipped with a bed, though it is likely to be made of the same material as the floor. Checking into your room is a painless procedure, as long as you have made reservations ahead of time. Simply identify yourself to the desk clerk. Here is a typical scene.
Yakim.
What is your number, Terran?
Nuk mitlij. Tarakwan.
I'm guest number 42.
Meb loshmach chatjich.
We're expecting you.
Pipich.
Your room is number 23.
Pat chatmach wedge. Och patlij et.
The bed is very hard.
Let cook kong dak.
The room has no view.
Pat vo par lerlu.
Checkout time is 5 a.m.
Var rep bemednish.
Pay now.
Dach yedil.
Pick up your baggage and go to your room.
Teplij je woch edge. Patlij dak je jach.
In the hotel, you will have to do everything yourself. Do not expect to find housekeeping or room service either. While this may be a little inconvenient, it is also inexpensive. There is never any need to tip. As accommodating as it is, you will not want to spend all of your time in your room. You might want to get out and go shopping. As you look into various stores, you will soon discover that there is very little to buy except for food and weapons. And these, for the most part, cannot be taken out of the Empire. If somehow you do find something you are permitted to buy, such as food you can eat right away, you will need to know how to ask only one question. How much?
Ar.
The answer to this question will be the number of credits needed to purchase the item. For example, 1 credit.
What the?
There is no haggling. There is also no browsing. A common saying among Klingon merchants is, buy or die.
Bejet bet chur vaj becher.
If a merchant says this to you, spending a few credits to buy the first thing you see is probably a good idea. Instead of shopping, try spending the day visiting interesting sites. Even though tourism has become a part of everyday life and is encouraged by the government, Klingons are still a little uneasy about visitors wandering around freely. If you want to see anything, you will have to take a tour. The next dialogue contains some phrases which will be useful when you go sightseeing.
Yekem.
I want to visit someplace.
Vor. Beschutschwenich.
I want to visit the Great Hall of the High Council.
Yet hu vash a. Beschutschwenich.
I want to visit the dilithium mines.
Chakpuj chilchal. Beschutschwenich.
These places are nearby, Terran.
Shum tak me vam. Taratnang.
Can I walk there?
Pat jigit a.
No, you must ride the jitney.
Robet. Loop wit. Dalignish.
Get in and stand there.
Yong. Edge pat yakam.
I can't see well from here.
Na de vo. Jileg lach chup bet.
We're passing a power generator.
Hoshling wit. Wijush.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Ich kar a.
Now I can smell something.
Dach. Veit villar lach.
My eyes sting.
Mook out. Min dukwij.
What is this place?
Dak fam nook.
That is classified information.
Per detvet.
When can I return to my room?
Rorg patwij dak jecher.
A travel tip. Klingons will generally allow you to make holographic facsimiles of people, but some of the places you will come across are considered sacred or restricted and should not be replicated. A misjudgment on your part could lead to unfortunate consequences, including incarceration, which could ruin your vacation. Do not guess. Always ask. As you tour around, you may want to express reactions to what you see, so here are some useful words. Be careful, though. Your values probably do not match those of most Klingons, and this extends to tastes. You may not appreciate, for example, why Klingons find the pain endured during a fight so pleasing, or why they consider the harmonies of most Terran music so objectionable. To avoid confrontation, you might not want to express your opinions to just anybody. Now repeat each word after you hear it the second time.
Yekem. Beautiful. Ich. Ugly. Moch. Odd. Jum. Powerful. Khoshraj. Superior. Niv. Inferior. Khiv. Messy. Rich.
After a busy day of sightseeing, you will probably be hungry. As it turns out, one of the more unforgettable parts of a visit to a Klingon planet is sampling the local cuisine. There are many restaurants to serve you. Most Terrans find traditional Klingon food a little unusual, but after a while they seem to get used to it. And compared with what they serve in the small ethnic cafes, it is downright bland. Klingon restaurant workers, cooks, servers, everyone, are very helpful to non-Klingons. They are proud of their cuisine and really enjoy talking about it. This is one case where you will not have to worry about asking too many questions. In this next dialogue, a Terran tourist is getting ready to order Klingon food for the first time.
Ikim.
Do you understand the menu, Terran?
Hidrolev dayaj a terakngan
No, help me.
hobet hibok
Do you trust me?
chovok a
Yes, I trust you.
hija kavok
I'll bring you dinner number 3.
shochvad uk wedge vikem
I'll bring tea also.
darg vikemje
Okay.
lu
Pay now.
dach yedil
Bon appetit, Terran.
peshop terakngan
How do I eat the food?
chay shoj vishop
Use your hands.
hop dutlej yelop
What is this?
doch vam nuk
You are eating serpent worms.
gach dashop
The serpent worms are moving.
vich gach
Eat them quickly.
nom yeshop
There's food all over my face.
kabwij dak shoj tutluk bej
Then you're obviously enjoying it.
vaj dativ ba
Eat the Pipius claw.
pipiush patch bishop
Is Klingon food always raw?
rech troll a klingan shoj
Terrans enjoy eating burnt animals.
Katdebach me mek shop e tiv trakngam pu
Klingons never destroy good food.
no shoj kak kau klingan pu.
Now that you have eaten, it is time for some fun. Klingons put as much energy into their recreational activities as they do into matters of warfare. And one of the most popular places to unwind is the local bar. Klingon bars are not just places for drinking. While there, you can also enjoy a show, listen to music, participate in sports, or make useful business contacts. A visit to a Klingon bar is an unforgettable experience, and you should definitely do it. But, at least the first time, do not go it alone. Regular bar patrons tend to be a little suspicious of new faces. The desk clerk where you are staying should be able to locate someone who would be willing to accompany you and introduce you as his or her guest. Or, if you can read Klingon, go to any communications terminal and consult the databanks yourself. Use the category Alien Escort or
Nov dorwit
In this next dialogue, the Terran visitor begins by making appropriate arrangements with a Klingon she has just met.
Will you escort me to a bar?
touch dak chodor a
Yes, come with me.
hija hitlej
Okay, let's go.
lu ha
Why is there rubble everywhere, Klingon?
kak da de tutluk klingan
Bars resemble warriors' homes.
shuvit juch me rur touch me
Will you drink, Terran?
bitluch a terakngan
Yes. What is there?
hija nuk tutluk
They serve black ale or Regulan blood wine.
hikej regulus il hik rap jab
They won't serve Romulan ale to Terrans. Too potent.
terakngan vad romulus hik jab kho hosh raj ku
I'll have the black ale.
hikej vitluch vinech
The Klingon is about to propose a toast. Do not take it any more literally than you would if he were to say, here's mud in your eye.
May your blood scream.
Ulige judge.
What's happening over there?
Patdak hashtachnuk.
Klingon warriors are butting heads.
Nachdukchaj Klingon shuvwit pu.
Everyone enjoys a mock battle.
Matneb tivchoch.
If we're lucky, one will get angry.
Matdokchuch kechchoch wa.
What did he say?
Lukjat.
He said, "Last call.
Ebkav jat pu.
Will you drink another one?"
Lat datluk a.
No. I feel sick.
Robet. Jiro lau.
Then you need to drink sour tea.
Vaj darwib datluknish.
Sour tea cures everything.
Hot for darwib.
A word of advice. Klingon drinks are a great deal more potent than most Terran concoctions. Sour tea is an effective remedy if anything you eat or drink does not sit right, but you may find it difficult to swallow. If you have a favorite remedy, just bring it along. We have almost reached the end of this introduction to Conversational Klingon, but it would be inappropriate to conclude without giving you some words you might need in an emergency. You may have to be a little persistent to get a Klingon to come to your aid. This is not because they are ignoring you or savoring your discomfort. It is just that what Terrans consider dangerous and unpleasant, a Klingon usually finds exhilarating and enjoyable. So, if no one comes to your aid at first, shout out the phrase, "I am not a Klingon."
Klingon jichbet.
This will make your plight explicit, and a Klingon is sure to respond. Now, for the last time, as we say these phrases, repeat each one after you hear it the second time.
Ikim.
Danger!
Chob. Chob.
Help!
Chach. Chach.
Get help quickly.
Nom chach yikem. Nom chach yikem.
Don't touch me!
Chichot cho. Chichot cho.
Beam me up!
Chijol. Chijol.
I didn't do it.
Vitat put bet. Vitat put bet.
No problem.
Kite bet. Kite bet.
I need to find a doctor.
Chel vishramnish. Chel vishramnish. Finally, a phrase that, for some reason, seems to get a Klingon's attention relatively quickly. Where do you keep the chocolate? Nuktak yuch dapol. Nuktak yuch dapol.
We have now reached the end of this instructional session. Turn the tape over and start listening again from the beginning. To learn the language, it is important to practice regularly and with full concentration. It is not easy, but if you keep working at it, you will soon be adequately prepared to enter into a dialogue with any Klingon you are fortunate enough to encounter. It has been an honor to instruct you. Success!
Bach kahoj moch pu. Kapla.
Conversational Klingon was adapted for audio by Marc Okrand. It was read by Michael Dorn with Marc Okrand. Additional performances by Dina Corsetti and Sam Gunsler. The recording engineers were Leszek Wojcik and Rick Dasher from Mark Rao Recording Services. The tape editor was Dave Levan. Post-production and sound design by Gary Fink. The associate producers were Linda Wollman and Jan Werner. Michael Dorn was directed by Bob Walter. Conversational Klingon was produced and directed by Susan Perrin. Also available from Simon & Schuster Audio Works, Star Trek: The Next Generation, Imzadi, by Peter David, read by Jonathan Frakes.
Stop relaxing.
Ilash ha.
We are moving on to numbers. As in Federation Standard, the basic count in Klingon is 1 to 10. Long ago, Klingons counted by threes, so the number after 3 was literally 3 plus 1. For 7, they would say 2 3s plus 1, and so on. Fortunately for us, over time, the system changed, probably due to interaction with other worlds and a desire to learn about advanced technology. In any event, counting should not be too hard for you. Ready? Here we go.
1. Wa. Wa. 2. Cha. Cha. 3. Wedge. Wedge. 4. Losh. Losh. 5. Var. Var. 6. Jav. Jav. 7. Shoch. Shoch. 8. Chorg. Chorg. 9. Goed. Goed. 10. Watmach. Watmach. Numbers, of course, are used to count things, and when there's more than one thing, there are plurals. There are 3 ways to make plurals in Klingon. First, to form the plural of a word like Klingon, just add pu to the word. The suffix pu is used only to form the plural of beings that can use language. One Klingon is Klingon. 2 or more Klingons are Klingon pu. A single Terran is Terakngan. 2 or more are Terakngan pu. For body parts, use ru. A single hand is rop. More than one hand is ropru. To form the plural of something that neither speaks nor is a body part, use may. A single phaser is puchich. More than one phaser is puchichme. Now we'll put the numbers and the plurals together. Repeat each phrase after you hear it the second time. Let's count. 1 Klingon. Wat Klingon. Wat Klingon. 2 Klingons. Chat Klingon pu. Chat Klingon pu. 3 brave Klingons. Wedge Klingon pu yoch. Wedge Klingon pu yoch. 4 phasers. Losh puchichme. Losh puchichme. 5 phasers. Vach puchichme. Vach puchichme. 6 big phasers. Jav puchichme tin. Jav puchichme tin. 7 foreheads. Shoch kuch du. Shoch kuch du. 8 beautiful foreheads. Chorch kuch du ich. George kuch du ich. 9 tribbles. Chut ich me. Chut ich me. 10 useless tribbles. Wat mach ich me lit be? Wat mag ich me lit be? Sometimes you'll need to use larger numbers. For multiples of 10, like 20, 30, and so on, add mach. For example, 20 is 2, cha, plus mach, cha mach. For hundreds, add vat. For example, 500 is 5, var, plus 100, vat, var vat. For thousands, add shad. 3,000 is 3, wedge, plus 1,000, shad, wedge shad. You try some. Repeat the large number after you hear it the second time. 40. Loshmach. Loshmach. 700. Schochvat. Schochvat. 9,000. Chutschad. Chutschad. Finally, the word for zero. Par. Par.
Start studying again.
Ichad ka.
Before getting into even elementary grammar, you should learn some basic everyday expressions so that you can start talking right away. First, here are some really simple but important words. Repeat each one after you hear it the second time. Okay? Here we go.
Yes. Chija. Chija. No. Robet. Robet. Okay, in the sense of, okay, I'll do it. Lu. Lu.
Now for some phrases. Remember, the Klingon culture is a very direct one, and most of the time, the social niceties of Terrans are considered just superfluous. Unlike other peoples, Klingons do not use everyday expressions such as please, excuse me, thank you, and the like. In dealing with Klingons, just state your business, no more and no less. This is not considered impolite or crude. The directness of Klingon interaction extends to their greetings. There is only one.
Nuknech. Nuknech. Literally, this means, what do you want? To Terrans, this may seem a tactless way to begin a conversation, but among Klingons, it's considered quite civil. Enough of the formalities. Let's move on to simple questions. The word for who is iv. Iv. For example, who are you? Shoch iv. Shoch iv. Next, what? Nuk. Nuk. What is this? Doch vam nuk. Doch vam nuk. Where? Nuktak. Nuktak. Where is the bathroom? Nuktak och puchpa e. Nuktak och puchpa e. When? Horg. Horg. When do we leave? Horg mamej. Horg mamej. Why? Kat. Kat. Why is he angry? Kat kech. Kat kech. How many or how much? Ar. Ar. How many guards are coming? Murosh avwe ar. Murosh avwe ar. How much fuel do we have left? Nin ar wiraj. Nin ar wiraj. Next, here are some phrases that you'll probably use a lot, so it's worth learning them well. First, do you speak Federation Standard? Divit kol dajat a. De vit hol dajat a. I don't speak Klingon. Klingon hol vijat bet. Klingon hol vijat bet. I understand. Jiaj. Jiaj. I don't understand. Jiaj bet. Jiaj bet. Finally, just to get you going, a few common words in pairs. Big, small. Tin, mach. Tin, mach. Early, late. Ek, pash. Ek, pash. Near, far. Shum, hop. Shum, hop. Hot, cold. Tuj, beer. Tuj, beer. Cheap, expensive. Kut, war. Kut, war. Good, bad. Maj, khab. Maj, khab.
Okay, that will do for preliminaries. With what you have learned so far, and by pointing, you should be able to get by. But if you want to do more than just get by, you will have to learn some grammar. So next, listen to the short dialogue. When it is over, we will review it for pronoun use. In this dialogue, a Klingon warrior and a Terran tourist strike up a conversation. Now, pay attention.
Yakim.
Listen for pronouns.
What do you want?
Nuknech.
Are you a Klingon?
Klingon shoch a.
Yes.
Chija.
I'm a Terran.
Traknganjich. See, that was pretty short. You may have a little trouble pronouncing the word for Terran. Listen to it again. Trakngan. Trakngan. The sound at the beginning of the second syllable, ngan, is the same as the sound that comes at the end of the word thing or hang. Let's practice it together. Mm. Listen once more. Trakngan. Trakngan. Now you say it. Trakngan. Trakngan. Not bad. While listening to the conversation, were you able to pick out the pronouns? In Klingon, there are 8 of them. I, jich, jich. You, shoch, shoch. He or she, rach, rach. It, och, och. We, mach, mach. All of you, klich, klich. They, referring to beings. Chach, chach. And finally, they, referring to things. Bich, bich. Okay, now let's use some of the pronouns in sentences. Repeat each sentence after you hear it the second time. I am a Klingon. Klingonjich. Klingonjich. You are a Klingon. Klingon shoch. Klingon shoch. He is a Terran. Trakngan rach. Trakngan rach. She is a Terran. Trakngan rach. Trakngan rach. Notice that there was no difference in the way to say he and she.
Good.
Maj.
You may have noticed that in each of the examples, the pronoun comes at the end. Some Terrans find this confusing, but for a Klingon, the order is quite natural. Get used to it. The full system of Klingon pronouns is quite complicated. There is another set used just to express states or qualities. There are only 4 of these pronouns, and unlike the words you just learned, they come at the beginning of an expression.
These pronouns are I, j, you, bi, we, ma, all of you, shu. For he, she, it, and they, say nothing at all. Now, let's put these pronouns into sentences. I'm hungry. Jerung. You're right. Bilur. He's late. Pash. The word for late is pash. Notice that nothing here is added to indicate he. To say he is late, just say pash. She's early. Ek. Again, the word for early is ek, and there's no special pronoun added for she. This is also the case for it and for they. We're thirsty. Ma'oj. All of you are boring. Shudal. They're sloppy. Rich.
Well done.
Majka.
Next, we will move on to more questions. As a tourist, you will probably need to ask questions frequently. Be careful not to ask too many questions at once, though. Klingons are suspicious by nature, and they may begin to wonder about your motivations. To form a question whose answer is yes or no, just add
Ah.
In this dialogue, a Terran tourist has just arrived on Kronos, or
Khotnosh.
the home planet of the Klingon Empire. At the customs gate, a guard is questioning him. Pay attention.
Yikim.
Are you a Terran?
Trakngan shoch a.
Yes, I'm a Terran.
Khijat trakngan jich.
Are you vacationing on Kronos?
Khotnoshtak. Birik a.
Yes, I'm vacationing on Kronos.
Khijat khotnoshtak. Jirik.
Do you know anyone here?
Nadev vait dashov a.
No, I don't know anyone here.
Chobet. Nadev vait bishov bet.
Are you transporting tribbles?
Yichme de gij a.
No, I'm not transporting tribbles.
Chobet. Yichme de gij bet. It's okay to answer questions like these by simply saying yes, chija, or no, chobet, and nothing more. But don't answer any question unless you're sure you understand what it means. Dire consequences could result from an inappropriate response. If you don't understand a question, just say, nukjat. This is a very useful expression. It means, what did you say? Or, huh? You try it. Repeat it after you hear it the second time. Nukjat.
That is close. You should probably practice saying this word until you are comfortable with it. It is another one you will probably use quite a bit. Now relax.
Yilesh.